guys, welcome back to the channel. It's the weekend, thank goodness it's the weekend. It's been a long old week this week, a lot of long old days. If you're in the UK, you'll know it's been super hot for us, and beginning of the week was like a broad hot, blue sky, sunshine hot, which is quite rare because normally our summers consist of cloudy, muggy heat, which is just horrible, but it was pretty damn nice. Got a bit muggy towards the end of the week, but not complaining. Did, however, mean that I had to get up very early every day to get all the workhorses ridden before it got too hot, and then I did mine in the evening. So I had a bit of a siesta in the middle of the day, but it just meant really long days, and I don't like getting up that early in the morning, and literally I was up before 5 most days, so I'm quite glad it's a bit cooler, and there's a nice breeze today, and I can ride at normal times and not have to worry about the horses. Hey, yeah. Sienna's just been for a hack, she's just been led. I mentioned in my last vlog, obviously, that we were dropping the girth here, that, we didn't feel like she was progressing anymore, and that, we've kind of hit a roadblock again. And I've come up with my plan of action now, which is good because I always feel, when I'm thinking about it, I'm always worrying and thinking, I don't know what to do, and blah, blah, blah. Once I've got my plan, I kind of stick with it, and I'm like, right, sorted, know what I'm doing next, and I like that. So I am going to do more work with the Equestrian and the bands. So lunging, Equestrian on, pole work. When she's out hacking, she's going to have the bands on just to see if we can encourage that hindquarters to step through a little bit more, to keep it active, because she has got a lazy bottom on her, and hope that it just helps her to engage her core a little bit more. I don't think it can work miracles, but I think it's well worth trying, and it's not putting that much pressure on her. So I think all in all, it's a good thing to do. I'm going to get my vet to scan her suspensories. If that shows nothing, then I'm going to get her SIs remedicated, probably in September time, because that'll be 6 months, remedicated, and then I'm going to really try and work a bit harder after they've been medicated, because last time she'd only just started. She had her SIs medicated, and then I got her back into work. So I'd actually say probably for the first few weeks she wasn't really doing huge amounts, and it's really important when you do medicate their SIs that you really get cracking and you try and build the muscle up. So maybe I didn't do the best job last time. So I've got a plan, and that's the main thing. So yeah, we'll just keep cracking on with the bands now, and then sort of see the vet a little bit later on. Yes, I know. Good morning to you too. We've got a little visitor here. I'll go and show you. You might have seen him before. Chock's returned. He was here earlier in the year. Oh, he's just the cutest little chap. You are a horse, so you look like a pony, but you are a horse. Isn't he the best? It's just, settled in like he's been here all his life. A little bit in love with Sienna on the first day, and I was thinking, oh no, this is going to cause trouble, because he got a bit upset when I took her in the arena, but actually he's moved on since then, and thankfully she's not showing him that much interest, so that's good. So we've got him back for a week and a half, I think, so that's fun. It's always nice to have Chock around. Had an expensive week. Beginning of the week, we went haylage and hay shopping. So we've got some big hay bales back in. The haylage, annoyingly, has had to be spread around, because typical, I ended up buying a bale with a hole in it. So I had to open it. This was picked up on Monday morning early. Had to open it there and then, knowing we had a hot week coming, and I thought, I was just going to sweat and go off really quickly. So I've spread it around my hay barn to try and get some air into it and allow it to dry a bit so it won't go off as quick, and it has worked quite well. So that's good. They're stocked up for the summer, and I guess that'll probably bring us into autumn. How scary is it that it's September next month? I'm not sure I'm ready. No, I'm definitely not ready. So it started with a bit of an anxious... Who's itching? Chocky. I can hear you. An anxious start to my Saturday because the dog's not very well. Oh, is there anything worse when your animal's ill? I can't. It really stresses me out. I find it really winds up my anxiety a lot, and I just got to get that dread of thinking I just can't cope with that today. I can't be anxious today. I can't deal with it. I haven't got the energy for it, because it makes me feel paralysed. It takes my breath away. Even now, I'm just like, calm down. Wind yourself up, because poor old Eve is not vet friendly, and it's very hard for vets to be able to do anything to her because she gets very upset. I don't know why. She's always been to the vet since a puppy, but for some reason doesn't like vets, and it's just stressing me out at the thought of might have to take her in. And she's also been ill a few times in her lifetime, and last time it cost me a hell of a lot of money to keep her alive. And don't get me wrong, she was worth every penny, but not got those pennies again this time. Like, it was £2,000 last time, and I'm just like, we've not got that again. So I'm just slightly terrified that she's got the same problem. The problem with Eve is that she eats a lot of rubbish out in the field. So if she sees like a dead rabbit, or she manages to catch a rabbit, which is rare, but she can do it, she'll eat it. And I just worry sometimes she picks up some nasty stuff from eating it. I mean, she obviously gets wormed and everything, but anyway, she's looking okay. But you know, when you just know your animal's not right, she just goes a bit weird and a bit quiet. I mean, she's still drinking, which is good and all that. But if I took her to the vets, I've taken her temperature as well, and it's fine. But if I take her to the vets, they'll take her temperature and just go, well, she looks all right now. So I can't. But it's always the weekend, isn't it? Why do animals always do stuff on the weekend? I'm like, this can't happen tomorrow. It's like, we're not doing an emergency call out, missus. So just keeping an eye on her, really. But honestly, these animals can't cope. Shouldn't have them. It's too much stress. That's why I've got grey hair. It really is. I'm going to put a picture on screen. Look at my knee. I went absolutely flying this week. So when Choc arrived, was carrying his feed out of his truck, was chatting away, didn't look where I was going, caught the corner of the ramp, and just hit the ground with some force. Oh, so embarrassed. I was literally sat on the floor like, don't look at me right now, please. So embarrassing. But yeah, cut open my jobbers, and I had grazes on my knee, which have now gone, but honestly, you know, when people are like, oh my God, are you all right? And you're like, just trying to like, yeah, I'm fine. It's all good. Like, inside you're like, I just want to cry right now. I mean, I do bruise like a peach. I really do. But I did hit the ground quite heavily. I definitely felt that the next morning. I was like, oh God, another sign I'm getting old. My goodness, guys. How good was the team show jumping at the Olympics? I mean, that was nail biting. When Scott Brash went in, I was thinking, how is this man doing this? I would be in pieces. I wouldn't cope. To know that they could get the gold, and he just had to go clear over that really testing course. I couldn't watch. I like turned the volume down on my iPad, and I like was doing stuff and then having to have a quick check he hadn't had 4 faults and a quick check, but I couldn't watch it all because I was just like, it's too much. But it was good though. It was blooming good. That team did amazing. It's the dressage today, but I don't have time to sit down and watch the dressage, so I keep checking in on the results, but I'll be there all day sat down if I watch that. Quite toasty out here now. Of course, me and the old girl had to go to the vets, didn't we? She thought I needed to spend some money this Saturday. It was looking worse. In the past, she's had hemorrhagic gastroenteritis several times, and this looked like that was what was happening. And so I just thought, I want to get on top of this as soon as possible, because like I say, last time it cost me an absolute arm and a leg to keep her alive. So we don't want that again, do we? So yeah, I've just been for a road trip to see the vet and spend my money. Excellent work, Eve. Did a good job there. Now we've got to try and get some antibiotics down you. That'll be fun. Why do I have to have hair that does this? Look, I've got horns. Honestly. Guys, I'm currently having, not an extension because it was already there, but it was my garage. A little bit of work done. It's very exciting. Anyway, I'm about to go and chase after that dog because she's run off again. She's getting worse, which is just how this played out last time. As I said, she's got hemorrhagic gastroenteritis. That's such a mouthful. And she's playing out literally how it played out last time. In that, when I took her to the vet, she looked quite perky and didn't look too bad, and then she starts to deteriorate, and even though we've got antibiotics and stuff, they're not going to kick in yet. And she's getting more dehydrated, so now I'm having to syringe water down her, which she absolutely detests, so it's like a fight. She's eating a little bit, which is good, but it's not great. It's not looking very positive, and I'm meant to be going to a show with somebody tomorrow, and I'm really worried I'm going to end up letting them down, because they're not novicey, but the child's novicey, and I was going to plan everything, and I just don't want to leave them in the lurch by not going. But at the same time, I can't leave the dog. So all in all, this is not how I wanted my weekend to be, and I need to go and find the dog because she's wandered off. Morning, guys. It is now Sunday. Check you out, Choc. Choc loves to go out with a bang in the morning. He's so funny. There's a right little canter and a buck, and it just, swirls his head around. Oh, there he is again. You having a good time there, Choc? I think he ideally wants to be out with the others, but he's not allowed. Oh yes, you are. You're fabulous. Still can't really open my eyes. Oh, it was quite a long night. I checked on the dog like every couple of hours, and at 2:30 in the morning I took her out. She legged it. She must have picked up a scent and just went. And of course, you can't shout because I don't want to wake everyone up. So I'm like running around the field trying to find her, and also trying to kind of, keep an eye on what she's doing. Honestly. And then I didn't sort of get back to sleep then when I came back in for a while. So all in all, not the best night's sleep, but she actually did pretty well through the night. And she seems okay this morning. Like, she's perky enough and she's eaten a little bit. So this is probably as good as I could hope for. So I think I am going to go to the show just for like an hour or so. I'm going to go down Platt and then I'll walk to the show with them. And then I'll come back and just get someone to keep an eye on the dog. Guys, I'm currently walking back down the road from the show. We had a good morning, we had a win, which was really nice. Dog is still looking a bit dicey, so I've left early to get back to her. So I'm going to end the vlog there. It's been a bit of a nothingy vlog, but I think it's probably already at like 9 minutes or something, so I'll leave it there. I've got an exercise video I must edit and put up. But yeah, so walking on this very long road, but I will see you guys again next week.